Welcome back, everybody. It's Proton Lorcana here. Um, we've been cracking open boxes of the new set there. I think we're three boxes in, and we finally had our first playset of Legendaries. And luckily enough, it is the one that I was probably most excited about playing because Mickey is pretty much what got me into the game when my buddy showed me that 3-drop, that Inks one. I was like, oh, I love that. I want to build that's a cool picture. I want to build a whole deck around it. But anyway, so we've got our Mickey, and I thought we'd just start our first version. I haven't been looking online. I have not tested. I'm just going to basically put together a deck and play with some friends at Hobby, and just see how it goes and just have fun. Because there's no competitions at the moment. It's all just building deck and cracking boxes. It's a great time of the Lorcana cycle. So yeah, so let's do a little deck tech here. Obviously, the deck focuses around this card here, and shifting it as soon as possible. I'm assuming that you have to have both those creatures out to play this on top of two. Yeah, you have to one named Mickey and one named Minnie. So we're just trying to do a Mickey and Minnie shift as early as possible, and then if this is banished, we put it into an Inkwell face down and exerted, and just using the ramp from then onwards to try and close out the game. Is pretty much the strategy there. So that's cool. So yeah, let's talk about the deck. Let's put my pretty box there. Cool. All right. So the deck really is just focused around that, and we'll just start with the 1-drops. So you're going to start with Minnie Mouse. When this character quests, if you've played another character this turn, you gain 1 lore. Really, we're just using it for the 1-drop, because yeah, we can bring it out turn 1, and then try to find our Mickey and Minnie. So that's our 1-drops there. And then on to the next one, we've got another Minnie Mouse 1-drop. So just a vanilla 1/1. So we're just trying to really our early game is just to mulligan into this. Get to find 1 copy, and then after that we're just pretty much inking them, I think. I don't know. Haven't really tested it, but yes, that's what I'm thinking anyway. And then on to, so once we've set up our Minnie, we're looking to set up our Mickey. And then, so we've got one of these beautiful cards. When it quests, put the top card of your deck face down under him. And when this character is banished in the challenge, you may put all of those cards out under him, underneath the character location of yours. I'm not too sure if we're not actually using that ability in any way. Like maybe we are trying to quest with it, but I mean essentially the ideal line is to find Minnie turn 1 and 2, play that, and then on turn 2, right? And then boom, shift that. And now, even though I don't think we can quest with it because they've both come out, I'm assuming that's how that would work, that it would just sit there. But the alternative is you don't do that, and then on turn 3 you play this, so then you can get the 5 lore. But I'm thinking probably that even just playing it straight up on turn 2 is pretty huge. Like dealing with the 5/5 on turn 2 is, there's not really, I can't think of any answers for it. So I think that is the move. I think you just straight up do it, just because it's easier to kill a 1 and a 2 health creature, and bringing this out is more important. And the worst case scenario is if it dies, you're getting 3 ink, and you can just continue on your game from there. So yeah, that's the line that we're going for. And if we don't get that line, then our alternative is that we're just gonna strip their hand of any songs. I don't really, yeah, this is just what I'm thinking at the moment. It might change, but essentially we're just looking to protect Yeah, when you play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards a song. So we're looking to protect our minis that are already on the board. So it's like douche douche, protect those minis if we don't have the Mickey and if we don't have that. Yeah, so that's just a little bit of protection. And then we've also taken a couple of ink runners. And this might actually end up being 4 of instead of the Ursulas if they don't work out. Just because I think drawing another card to find the Mickey or to just basically get that on board as early as possible could be like the deal breaker. But also being able to have make something go alert is also really, really good. 2's really like always been like the safe number for this deck that doesn't have that many evasives. So we'll just see how that goes. And then we've got struck a good match, draw 2 cards, and choose and discard a card. So yeah, like essentially the goal is if we don't have what we need early in the game, we're going to dig for it. Turn 3, we could potentially sing with Mickey Mouse and then just find this and then probably still just play it out, even though it would be exerted. Because again, I think we're looking just to have the lore more than, the ink. It's going to be a tricky deck to make that decision, but essentially that's the line. And then, okay, if we don't hit our Mickey Mouse on turn 2, so we're just going to be doing our Ursula instead, which is or our ink runner, then we're going to be doing our Mickey Mouse on, is that focusing? Yeah, here we go. Mickey Mouse on turn 3. And so when we play this character, you put the top card of your deck into, why is that not focusing? When you play this character, you put the top card of your deck into your Inkwell face unexerted. So I actually really love this card. Like, this is the card that actually got me into the game. When my mate was showing me it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty. I want 4 of those. I'm going to build a whole Mickey Mouse deck. Now I can. But it's always been a good card. It's just always been outshadowed by the 2-drop ramping. But now because we've got the Mickey there, and maybe we do put in, maybe this changes for the song that you ink the top card of your deck. But I think this is just like saves you a card from your hand. And so that's why I just rate it. I love it. And also it's like kind of like the other alternative is a 3/4 Mickey Mouse, which I'm like not too. I'd rather just ink for free at this point. And how I like to build my decks is that I only use 12 uninkables, and then that way you don't really brick. And so I've made 3 choices of the 4 that I want to be uninkables, and it's Mickey Mouse is the first choice. And then we've also put in some syndromes just for the alert there. It's probably going to be ink, but sometimes you just need that, right? God damn it. Would you please focus? There we go. Yeah. Just adjust the settings here because it's not working. It's adjusting on the face. Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah, so it's got alert. So that's cool. It does evasive. Could be just ink bait. And then we will go into our song. Basically, the songs that we're going to be taking in this are going to be Strike a Good Match and Malicious. Because we actually are we're opting into playing the Max Goofs just because I think they're fun. And it kind of matches the theme, even though Syndrome doesn't match the theme at all here. But whatever. This is the line I want to explore. So we've got 4 of these in there. And then we've got the Max Goof. I'm treating it as a 4-drop in this deck because essentially we want to be doing like Mickey Mouse or Syndrome, Malicious, or Strike a Good Match, singing it, and then we're going to go boom, bring back that song and do it again. So we might be able to do 2 damage to everything. well, yeah, not straight away, I guess, because it's just singing with that one. But anyway, essentially, it's just a little bit of damage manipulation here and there. So I just think this card is probably quite underrated, and I really want to maximize this a little bit more. And I think that might be the way with the card draw and with the spiking of the 1 damage to everything. So when you play this character, you may pay 1 to return a song with 3 or less from your discard to your hand. So here's our 3 or less songs. So that's what that goes into, and I should have been showing off the foil one instead of just the normal one. Apologies for that. And then for the 4, and then I'm treating that as a 4 drop. We've got Eleanor. Yeah, it's untested. It probably won't be Eleanor. It probably might actually end up being the Prince Philip Ward one, just so we've got that shift line. But yeah, this version here, instead of playing 4 Prince Philips and the shift line, I've opted to just play Ink Runners. And what's that? I opted to play just Ink Runners, 2 of them, and going for 2 of the large Prince Philips, because I'm just going to hardcast it, because I'm thinking that the Minnie Mouse might just get us there, and also because we've got all of this recursion stuff, and I'll show you the next song that we've opted to play. That's kind of like the angle that we're going for. But anyway, I want to see if this card actually is just a universal green card, and I think it might be. Yeah, so obviously we all know what it does. It replaces itself, it gets 1 lore, it draws a card, it deals 1 damage. It will combo into Malicious, Mean, and Scary just to get our little trades in there, I think. And then for our 4 drop, we've opted to take Educate. We've also opted to take 4 Educations or Eliminations. Yeah, it's got obviously quite a few abilities there, but the main one for me is the Banished Chosen Damage character. So I think that's going to pair well into Eleanor and Malicious, Mean, and Scary. And it's also a song, and it's inkable. It does a lot, and it will give you that evasive if you need it. But I think the main thing is that it's spot removal, and it should be relatively easy to set up with the Malicious, Mean, and Scary, or just having like Mickey Mouse just questing and let someone bopping into it, because it's going to be an easy trade all day, every day. Same with Ursula. Now that's sitting with 1 damage, and now you can just go kaboom and deal with whatever problem there is. So there, that's an option. And then we're also taking 4 shift max goofs. So they're essentially a 4 drop or bust, really. Yeah, that's essentially, hopefully our max goof is already on board at that point, and we can just shift and then use the ability when this character quests. You may play a song with 4 or less from your discard for free, and then put it at the bottom of your deck. So we're looking to either kill something with educational elimination, give something evasive, maybe even draw a card if we need it, or we're looking to Malicious, Mean, and Scary, or looking to put that 1 extra damage on everything. So either looking to kill something, 1 damage on everything, or draw 2 cards and discard a card, or whatever else this might help us out with, because it's got 3 options there: draw a card and give something 1 lore and evasive, so that might win us the game, but who knows. Either way, this card is bonkers. I'm really happy to give it a real college try here with those 12 songs. And then essentially, I'm thinking by this stage of the game that Mickey Mouse has probably already done its deed and it's already dead. We've already got enough ink to even just hard cast Max Goof, and then come in. So we got 1, 2. We've got turn 1, turn 2. Play that. Turn 3, it dies. So that's 1, 2, 3 ink. So that puts us on 5. 1, 2. So that's 3 ink, and you've already inked 2 to get there. So that's 5 ink. So essentially, you can ink again, play Max Goof, just hard casting it, and that's going to be reasonably hard to deal with. And then, yeah, so that's cool. And then, so that's kind of like the turn 6 play. And then, so the turn foreplay, and then after that, I just like love Hades. I think it's. I know that the ward character is probably where this deck needs to go because it draws and stuff, but I don't. I just love the Hades, and I've got an enchanted, and I've got the pin, the pin box to match it. I just don't know. I just want to play with the cards I like, so I'm gonna try Hades out and take 4 of them because yeah, just killing stuff is good. And then yeah, so that's that. And then we've only opted in for 2 Prince Philips, so we all know what it does, but essentially for the new players there, when you play this character, banish all opposing damage characters. So if we can do a Malicious, Mean and Scary and hard cast Prince Philip for 9, hopefully by then Mickey Mouse has died twice, who knows. But that's my thought on it. I think maybe it's now a hard cast card. And if you don't get there, you've got the spot removal there and there. And so maybe that's just enough, and malicious and whatever trades. So that's kind of my thinking on it. I don't know if I want to. I think I'd rather use the Eleanor than the Shift Prince Philip Uninkable, or the one that gives all your heroes ward. I think for now I'd rather. And I think it's only for 1 turn as well. I can't quite remember, but either way, I just think this might be just a late game. If you do it once or twice in a game, that would be enough. It's not. I don't think you're going to be doing it more than 3 times. So I think it's reasonable to probably try and get there with the Mickey Mouse here, and with these, you probably will get to this point at a crucial time of the game, I'm hoping. And then because you got striker good matches, you can just filter through for whatever you really need. So yeah. This is really kind of my first stab at doing a Mickey and Minnie Mouse deck. And obviously, I'm definitely not a pro at the game. I just like building decks. And I'm a big advocate of, especially for new players, is that you just choose the cards that you enjoy the most. And I've actually somehow in my collection got a few like cool shinies. I actually wouldn't mind having more of these, I think, because I just love Mickey. He's my favorite character. I don't think I'm going to bother about getting the enchanted of this. I think we'll see. If we pack one, if we open one, we might just keep it. But I've just got my favorite cards here. I think this card just looks cool. Like Eleanor is probably just a beast in herself, and then Hades is just like removal. So yeah, I'm going for pretty and I'm going for cool. Hopefully you guys find this deck pretty cool. And yeah, let me know in the comments what you've come up with what's been working for you with the Mickey and Minnie Mouse deck, and if it's any good. Curious to see what everyone comes up with. It's an exciting time for deck building, everyone. Thank you so much for the first deck tech, and we will definitely be doing more decks as we unlock more play sets, and because we just want to test. But I can 100% tell that I'm going to be pretty much fixated with playing this deck locally for a while, just until I get comfortable with if I've maxed it out or not to its fullest potential. I think that's going to be me for a while, guys. So yeah, cool. Thank you so much. Thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to hit subscribe if you like this content, and liking, and leave whatever comments you want, and any feedback, greatly appreciated. Thank you, everyone. Peace.